UK homes are the least energy efficient, leakiest and draftiest in Europe. Retrofitting our homes is one of the biggest challenges we face when it comes to climate change. After transport, it's our next biggest source of carbon emissions. It also has much wider policy implications in terms of what it means for our residents and the businesses in our communities. Retrofit is about making those homes fit for the future. It involves making them thermally more efficient and putting renewable heating systems into them to make it affordable for people to live in those properties. Until recently, for most people, energy's been something they just pay for and don't really think about. But with the increased cost of bills, more and more individuals are finding it difficult. The challenge around retrofit is probably best separated into three core areas: finance, skills, and delivery. Nearly half the UK population doesn't understand that having a gas boiler contributes to climate change. So the demand for retrofit is very low, and therefore the supply chain to put retrofit measures in place is also very low. This means that prices can be inflated, and that can be quite challenging for a lot of families in the current cost of living crisis. There's lots of public money available at the moment to help local authorities move forward. It's not always the easiest to get hold of, and it does come with strings, and it's certainly in no way commensurate with the scale of the challenge that we face. But what it will enable us to do is to stimulate and catalyse a market. Once we've done that, we can then start to attract private capital coming in, because it's only by attracting large-scale private capital will we be able to retrofit the number of properties at the speed that we need. If you want to grow your local economy, it's really important that businesses who want to get into this space work with local authorities, and local authorities, through their procurement practices, enable those local businesses to actually participate. It also offers a massive opportunity for increasing the skills and the jobs within local communities, from the most entry-level roles to the most complex STEM type subjects. It's very easy to think about retrofit skills purely as construction skills, but it's actually much wider than that. It's about retrofit coordinators, retrofit assessors, architects, but it's also about planning and policymakers. Because the demand for these skills is quite low at the moment, actually the provision of it through training colleges, whether they're publicly funded or private, isn't adequate in terms of meeting our future need. If you want to grow the skills in your local workforce, then you need to ensure that the contracts that you're letting go to those local businesses so that the benefit is really felt locally. When you're looking at this as a local authority, it's often really difficult to determine where you need to start. Understand the market, start to segment it, look at where you can create best effect today, and then worry about some of the more complicated problems tomorrow. Lots of work has been done in this space, and actually, the UK is a lot more homogenous than people think. So use that work, use that evidence base. Don't commission your own. I would urge you to reach out to your colleagues in other local authorities and through networks like UK 100 and actually learn from what others have already done so that you can start to make a difference today. So in Greater Manchester, our elected Mayor Andy Burnham brought together a task force of a range of different actors, from local SMEs to international businesses, all of which have a role to play in resolving the retrofit challenge. It would be wrong to think retrofit is simply an environmental agenda. It's actually much broader than that. It is a massive opportunity. When you see something that is complicated and far-reaching, think about the width of the benefit you can get from achieving that. When you see high numbers in terms of how much of this will actually cost, think about what that means to the businesses delivering that work. It is a massive investment. We're looking at potentially tens, if not hundreds of billions of pounds being invested in retrofit. It's about creating communities which are sustainable, where people can make choices about their own lives and take the decisions that they need to take.